Hear that whistling? This musical performance was recorded not on vinyl or 8-track, but on a piece of wax. In the early 20th century, audio recordings of cultural performances and historical figures were often captured on cylinders made of wax. This one, of a whistling concert in 1901, is by famous whistler Joe Belmont. And this recording of Pedro Ensenales talking about fighting forest fires in the Salinan language of Central California is from 1910. Decades of recordings like these, collections of music and spoken word, are being destroyed by age, mold, and decay. The Hearst Museum of Anthropology has a collection of about 3,000 of these valuable recordings, some of Native Californians speaking in languages that have been lost or are now seldom spoken. And the museum wanted the recordings saved. That's where the University Library comes in. Through a partnership with Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory and the Linguistics department, we have the ability to save these audio treasures here in Moffitt Library. The work began in 2002.
Lawrence Berkeley National Lab scientists Carl Haber and Vitaly Vadeyev started to work on a technology to do optical surface profiling to create digital maps of grooved media. This meant that they were able to extract the sound without ever having to touch the surface of the object, and they can preserve the object and make the audio accessible. Using this method, the Project Irene team constructed a scanner that captures the audio with information non-invasively. The first recording they ever actually were able to produce was Goodnight Irene by the Weavers, which is sort of where Irene got its name. Image, reconstruct, erase noise, etc.
After the cylinders are optically scanned using Irene technology, they're digitally preserved for posterity. But sometimes the recordings were made on cylinders of differing sizes or shapes. Scanning an odd-sized cylinder would mean creating an entirely new part called a mandrel for each project. At a machine shop, that could cost thousands of dollars. But in Makerspace, on Moffitt's first floor, we can 3D print new mandrels and experiment with sizes and shapes to accommodate various recordings at no cost to the project. Project Irene folks are even creating a way to preserve broken wax cylinders, using vacuum suction through a mandrel to hold broken pieces in place. For the staff and students working on Project Irene, it's all pretty exciting.
You start to learn like what these songs are and who played them and when they were played and like what their names are and things like that. You start to appreciate them a lot more. You get like genuinely happy that you did it. You're like, oh yes, I'm done with it. This is a wonderful cylinder and I'm happy that this is going to make a difference in people's lives.
As a musician who did many concerts, and I'm sure they're on VHS tape in my mother's home and inaccessible at this point, it's exciting to think that I can do that for older, more valuable sound recordings.